Lots gone on in the past year. I don't know if you noticed, but people started caring about sexual harassment all of a sudden. I want you guys to know, I get it. Of course you want to touch women. They're impossible to resist. I relate to your frustration because sometimes I will see a service dog at the airport. Because I'm going to pet that fucking dog. I mean, it's a dog. It obviously wants it with that adorable little butt. I can see its butthole. If that's not asking for it, I don't know what is.
Rutger Hauer totally did some TV shows.
He did?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
We were kind of talking about it in the green room there. I didn't realize he did True Blood.
He was on True Blood. He was on Wilfred.
Oh.
He appeared on one episode of Wilfred. 6 episodes of True Blood.
And
also Channel Zero Butcher's Block.
That's the one that surprised me.
That was last year.
Oh, God. Did he have a shotgun?
No, he did not have a shotgun.
Okay, and he wasn't a hobo in that one?
No.
And he wasn't a replicant?
He will be appearing in yet another adaptation of A Christmas Carol, playing the Ghost of Christmas Future coming up sometime.
Really?
Somewhere.
Oh,
yes.
That'll be his final appearance.
I believe so.
On the screen.
Unless he did a movie.
Well, we don't care too much about movies. Unless it's Blade Runner, then fucking yeah, that's
Oh,
awesome.
he's got a couple movies in the pipeline ready to come out in one in Journey to China.
Journey to China?
Yeah, Journey to China, Emperor, and Break. These are both movies that are in post-production that may come out this year.
Interesting.
So there you go.
So that was Movie Talk. If you just tuned into another TV Tan podcast, I'm Tommy Milagro.
I'm Bill Frost. Welcome to episode 0285.
Yep.
Sure. Okay.
285 episodes.
Fuck.
15 more episodes till we reach 300.
Yeah, right. I reminded them today that I've been on the morning zoo for 20 years, so they gave me some shot glasses.
Oh, well, and not just any shot glasses. These are big-ass shot glasses.
They're very. That's a hefty shot.
In other words, we will die if we ever use these. At least I will once I get off the wagon.
Oh, still on the wagon.
Yeah, but that should be a great segue to our fine sponsors here. This week it is Bohemian Brewery with the Dortmunder Export Lager, which is 6% alcohol by volume. Oh, I miss you, alcohol.
I've had this one before. It's a good one.
Yeah. And meanwhile, I want to thank also Boostique for providing me this entire month with non-alcoholic ways to still have fun, such as Fentimans Curiosity Cola.
Does it have a dog on it somewhere?
Yeah, right on the neck of the bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It just reminded me of the Letterkenny beer. Get 'em up, puppers.
Is that our title? Get 'em up, puppers?
Get 'em up, puppers.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm just reminding myself to remind other people that I told them about Letterkenny a year ago, and then several months ago, all of a sudden it's like, I just discovered this new show called Letterkenny. Go, no, motherfucker, I told you about it in August of last year.
Strange. It even though it's a very warm month, it's almost chilly. Almost like it's could it be a
frost warning? If I told you about a show a year ago, you didn't just fucking discover it a month ago, okay?
But what if I said I discovered it in the New York Times or the Atlantic? Or
oh, yeah. Probably not the Atlantic.
What about The Economist?
Definitely not The Economist. You did not hear about Letterkenny in The Economist.
Oh.
Anyway, this show is rated, NSFW?
Of course, because it means it's not safe for work,
so
fuckers.
we got some of those?
But of course, from our good friend, Dave Sanderson, who...
Huh?
And
a new person?
Yeah, well...
a newish person?
Yeah, newish, yeah.
Okay.
He's replied before. Anyway, first of all, he sends to us from the listener bags, from our discussion of actors and actresses that have done music and I use the term loosely.
Yeah, I apparently missed a couple.
Alicia Witt from Justified.
True.
And the first Dune movie. That's true. I forgot about that. Became a musician. But he did.
I also forgot Emmy Rossum from Shameless.
Yes.
She's got a smooth jazz career, apparently.
But Dave Sanderson says NSFW means now stopping fireworks. Whew.
Good one. Okay. Other actors / musicians I left out. Someone mentioned the Dan Band, Dan Finnerty. Dan Finnerty, not really known for doing a lot of acting, mostly music.
Okay.
But I believe he's the husband of Kathy Najimy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's a kind of a music guy first, actor second, and there was someone else. It was in a Facebook post. I've totally forgotten.
I'd have to go into our listener bags here. But we do have one listener, another listener bag request. Well, more of a mention here from Rhiannon, Michelle, Stevens, Crosby, Nash, Williams. She go with the subject of stuff.
Good one.
I know it's been a minute. Number one, Veronica Mars, the movie, is streaming for free through the HBO apps. You can rent, buy it, or get it for free on Netflix.
Well, not necessarily. Wait, what?
You can rent, buy it, or get it from Netflix DVD. Yes, I'm one of
Netflix
those
DVD.
people.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, Netflix still does DVDs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so it's not necessarily free.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not. Not these days. And she's one of those people. I never watched from Veronica Mars before, but thanks to how often I heard of the show, I started watching it. First, I got it from the DVD, then started watching it through Hulu. I'm totally addicted and been binging it. So, almost finished with Season 3. Get back to after the movie in Season 4. Warrior, number 2. I don't have Cinemax, so I haven't yet watched it, but I followed it through Shannon Lee. Shannon Lee, the daughter of, wait for it, Bruce Lee.
True. Okay. The other person, the other actor, musician was Gary Sinise.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was from our Facebook.
Gary Sinise.
Let's see. And she was also writing...
Well, don't forget Mike Huckabee.
Yeah, let's forget that. She was mentioning about Warrior, working on the series, was an urban legend. Then it was found, and Justin Lin from Fast and Furious and Star Trek Beyond fame approached Shannon about doing it. And she attached us an article about it from Deadline because, we follow the social medias. And then there's the other ones that are interesting. Strange Angel Season 2 should wrap up this week. Working on feedback for you about both seasons. So... That's your homework, Michelle.
Okay.
And she just wants to know if we're doing something special for episode 300 of our TV10 podcast. Maybe a Bohemian or Broovies. The Ogden one's delightful because she'd like to see us. Now, she has an NSFW, but I'm saving that for next week.
We have to go to her.
Yeah. That's very much her thing.
If we were Geek Show, she would come to Salt Lake for us.
She could.
Yeah.
But we have to make the trek up to Ogden.
We're not quite that special.
Yeah.
Okay. It's possible.
Yeah,
I know more people up in Ogden now. Mm-hmm. Robin, the singer of Magda Vega, now lives up there, just off Washington Boulevard.
We used to know other people up there, like Shaylee, but now she's living that Insta-bike life.
We don't know Shaylee anymore.
Nah, she's abandoned us. That's what's happened. We're just not that cool anymore. Let's see. Is there? I think that's all that's in the listener bag.
Is that it?
I believe that was.
Okay.
There's another one from Michelle, but again, saving that for next week.
Okay.
So I think that ties up all the loose ends and the business.
Maybe we'll get to Ogden.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, never say never, folks.
There's the Broovies. I'm guessing it's different management.
Yeah.
We know all the dudes at the Salt Lake Broovies.
Right.
We don't know those dudes up in Ogden.
No.
We could just come walking in there, set up the podcast, and we go, who the fuck are you clowns? Whereas at Broovies, they said, oh, it's you clowns. Yeah. It would be completely different.
Notice the inflection of clowns.
Yeah. Or maybe it might be ass clowns.
Well, at least they say it lovingly at Broovies, Salt Lake.
Do you know what's coming to an end this week?
Oh, what's coming to an end?
Well, a few things are coming to an end this week.
Okay.
iZombie being one of them.
Yep.
Final episode. Jane the Virgin also ending this week.
Oh, okay.
And of course, saddest of all, Wahlburgers,
Oh, no. Oh, no.
a show that I did not know was still on.
Yeah.
It's on A&E. It's Donnie and Mark and the other Paul, the other brother, the one who does the work.
Oh, hey.
He makes the burgers and
we're
runs the joints.
We're making the burgers.
Making the biggest.
We
Yeah.
got the cheeseburgers going.
Yeah. So I believe I watched some of the first season of this. I go, oh, this is mildly entertaining. And now we're like, 9 seasons later? It says, oh, we're finally wrapping it up. I go, really?
Okay.
It's about goddamn time.
It wasn't that draining.
On the Pluto TV, which I am a staunch advocate of because it's free,
Right.
and it's weird, but there is a even stranger than an entire channel dedicated to Dog the Bounty Hunter.
What?
Yes,
Okay.
it's nothing but Dog the Bounty Hunter round the clock.
Oh,
There's also a channel dedicated entirely to Wahlburgers, just nothing but Wahlburgers on an endless loop.
It's like the Netflix binging you never wanted.
Oh my God! It's like, really? There's enough demand for Wahlburgers we can dedicate a whole channel to it.
How many people are really watching? I want to hear the Nielsen ratings on
I'd like to
this.
hear from anybody who's even heard of Wahlburgers. Anyone out here in our listening audience?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah, just send it to us via the listener feeds. That would be Twitter, Facebook, and, of course, our gmail.com, all TV10 podcasts.
Oh yeah,
So get on it. Write something to us, monkeys.
sure. Why not? And over the weekend, I was in Lava Hot Springs, Idaho, where the river damn near killed me.
Why did it kill you?
The Portnoy.
Oh.
Well, when you go tubing the river, water is especially high and fast this year.
Oh, okay.
I did one run without incident. They go, cool, okay. Set up another beer, get in the tube.
Like you do.
Let's do it again. Got dumped twice.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like, okay, well, this is it. Heading to the great beyond. Come to join you, Elizabeth. But, yeah, it was kind of touch and go there for a minute. But in the meantime, I spent the rest of my time watching good old Antenna TV, but not the network Antenna. There was this other one called Decades that I had not heard of before. I swear to God, there were 48 hours of Fall Guy episodes running on this channel all weekend.
Okay.
I and this group of friends, we would leave the Airbnb house and we'd go hit the bar or whatever, or go out and tube the river,
Right.
or go see the parade that was happening because it is Founders Day up there in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
It's like their Pioneer Day.
Yeah. Well, but it's like their founders. Yay. Whereas ours is.
Ugh, yeah. So anyway, we would leave the TV on Decades and the Fall Guy. Nothing but the fucking Fall Guy. Come back hours later, the Fall Guy is still on.
Which
Turn it on in the morning, Fall Guy is still on.
now that was Heather Thomas on Fall Guy, not Heather Locklear.
Heather Locklear did make an appearance
Oh.
on the Fall Guy. So
Okay.
you had dueling Heathers in one episode.
You can't have dueling Heathers.
It was a lot to take in. It was a definite mind fuck. It's like the two Heathers were there in the same episode. And this show, I looked it up. It ran for 5 seasons, 5 fucking seasons
Yeah.
on I believe it was ABC, based on a song that Glenn Larson is a producer. He worked with Steve Austin. He worked with Lee Majors
yeah.
on $6 Million Man.
Yeah.
And so this guy who wrote a theme song for what was going to be a stuntman themed show that never took off. He had it lying around. He played it for Glenn Larson. He said, "Let's make that happen.
Yeah.
I'll call Lee Majors. We'll make it happen."
And he had the voice for it. That is him singing.
Lee Majors really butchered that motherfucker. And so the movie, the TV series was based on this song about the stuntman who also moonlighted as a bounty hunter and private detective and all this other shit.
I'm
so,
the unknown stuntman.
yeah, so each episode of the first season, this is far too much about Fall Guy, but I don't care. The first season, because I looked all this shit up because I got to know what's going on
You
here.
fell down the Fall Guy rabbit hole, man.
I need to know the story here. So each episode would begin with that theme song, which is damn near 2 minutes if not longer, of explaining what's going on. Commercial break, come back. Here's Lee Majors doing a voiceover every episode of the first season explaining the fucking setup of the show.
Right.
Dual explanation every time, every episode for the first season. By the second season, they decide, okay, we figure people know what's going on now.
This was my childhood you're describing here. I remember Lee Majors in that dialogue setup. So this is the real hard part about being a stuntman here.
Yeah.
You're just trying to make your way and trying not to get injured. But hey, sometimes you also got to do some stuff to pay the bills. Like me trying to catch this guy now and cue the scene.
Yeah, in the big fucking GMC truck, and his cousin Jim Bob or whatever, and Heather Thomas.
Right. Oh, and Marky Post somehow.
Marky Post came aboard in I believe the second season.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I don't know what her deal was. I just went, wait, why is Christine from Night Court appearing in this shit?
But what I didn't find was, like, what is the fucking budget for destroyed cars in this series? Because they must have gone through about a dozen every episode.
I'm kind of guessing it's the same as the blood budget for Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah,
which,
probably.
Great segue.
Huh?
He was in, Lee Majors was the dad.
True.
So let's not forget that, folks.
Okay.
That's how we tie things together.
Okay, that's enough, Fall Guy.
Yeah. All right.
Just know there's a channel out there that shows it all goddamn weekend.
On Pluto TV.
Not on Pluto.
Oh,
no.
that's
it might be. I haven't looked, but it is a broadcast thing for poor people.
Speaking of which, I found this out at the Jorb the other day.
Oh, really?
One of my coworkers said this to me. He was like, "I'm trying to teach the little kid here how to adjust the antenna on our house." I'm like, "What?" That's what I said too. I'm like, how do you have an antenna? Why not just, actually spring for cable? Well, it costs money. Well, yeah, but that's obvious.
Or at the very least, an indoor antenna.
Yeah.
This must be an outdoor digital powered antenna because otherwise it wouldn't work.
All I know is he said, adjust an antenna. I'm going, what?
The Digital Conversion Act of whatever year that was has rendered most antennas you see on older houses fucking obsolete. You need a digital antenna to pick up the signals.
Interesting.
And it's a fine alternative. I recommend it to most people and say, if you don't watch a lot of TV, get a fucking antenna. You can get a lot of stuff. You're fine.
Whereas the both of us, we need our Hulu.
We're power users,
we need our Netflix.
Yeah.
I need my Amazon Prime.
I needs my Hulu and all my other ones.
You need your dog, the bounty hunter, apparently.
Yeah, I need my Pluto. And yeah, Jesus, but yeah, most people I say, get an antenna. Don't fuck with anything. Certainly don't get DirecTV.
No.
Even though I had a fine experience with DirecTV, unlike Xfinity. Fuck Xfinity.
Yeah.
But yeah, the DirecTV, I think I'm much better off with my interweb millennial cord cutter television.
Isn't it so great? It just makes things so much better.
Does it sound like there's not a lot of news this week? Because you'd be right.
I would not have noticed, but thankfully we provide content.
We're cranking out content here.
Well, I'm drinking up our content.
Drinking up the content.
You've got the genius juice going. I've got the Fentimans Ahoy over here.
And there's a new post Trevor Noah show appearing tonight.
Oh,
we've Comedy Central has tried Larry Wilmore, didn't work. Jordan Klepper,
nope,
didn't work. They tried Moving Up at Midnight. It worked for a minute.
Well, the only successful one was Colbert Report.
Well, yeah,
but yeah,
don't have that anymore.
Nope, and you don't have CBS money, so good luck.
So they are debuting tonight. Lights Out with David Spade. It's a non-political show, just like celebrity gabbing and yucking.
Look, Mommy, a falling star.
I think it'll be all right. I haven't seen it yet. Tonight is the premiere, so it'll be Monday through Thursday following The Daily Show with Trevor Noah.
Okay. And you predict what?
I think it'll do okay. I think the stakes are just low enough.
Is everybody's expectations lowered enough for David Spade?
I think so, yeah.
And can we all agree that...
Lowered expectations.
Can we all agree
See,
that...
Mad TV was a show back in the day, kids.
I can definitely safely say this is better than Real Rob.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You can damn well bet Rob Schneider's going to show up at one point on the David Spade show.
Okay, thank you for warning me so I know not to throw anything at the TV when it happens.
It's going to happen. Don't worry about it.
I know. But thankfully I've got other
And
things
Kevin
to power
James and probably Sandler and all those motherfuckers.
God. Oh, my God. What is it going to take for me to have a martini to erase these images? Sterling, we need to have some more dry vermouth. Is it that hard to do that?
Maybe, yeah. And this will show you how I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel for TV news here. Mm-hmm. Lucy Hale will host the Teen Choice Awards 2019.
Jesus God.
And YouTuber David Dobrik will co-host.
Okay.
That's how far that's gone.
Wow. Do we need a shovel to scrape up all the leavings left underneath here? God, the Teen Choice Awards?
Yeah.
What demographic of our podcast is really clamming for
None of them. None of them. I'm guessing the majority of our demographic has one foot in the grave. We're not reaching the tweens or the Gen Zers or whoever comes out for that.
Let's see. And it ain't the cord cutting millennials, even though we
probably,
highly advocate.
We probably got a couple of those. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yeah. I will say. Well, I gotta say a lot of people are saying. So I've been hearing.
Many people are saying.
It's become interesting how people are watching TV these days, especially, everyone's really clamoring about new shows that have been coming up this week, like the aforementioned Veronica Mars. And let me ask you this. Did you watch The Boys? Which
did not get a chance as I was away from real TV. I had plenty of time for The Fall Guy, but...
We got to reassess your priorities, sir.
Yeah, I know. So I got to get on The Boys.
A
lot of people watching it, loving it.
I'm up to episode 4 right now. I got to say, they are taking some serious shots at mostly the DC universe. It kind of feels that way.
And did you ever get around to seeing Banshee? That's on your long ago homework list.
I'm still subscribed to Cinemax on the Amazon Prime, so I could probably just binge it one of these days.
So you haven't seen it yet?
Nah, well, I have seen Banshee. I had to stop because there's too many shows. that was my entire excuse, man.
But you know the star of Banshee, Anthony Starr.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Do you recognize him in The Boys?
It took me a minute because I was looking at Homelander going, why the fuck do I know this guy? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he looks a little different.
Yeah. But the ones I've been able to piece together, I mean, Carl Urban as the Butcher has just been awesome, who has an inordinate amount of knowledge on the Spice Girls. And, yeah. Yeah. I'll explain the setup in a minute. Then there's Elizabeth Shue. She's in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think any others that have stood out for me, but yeah, those are the big ones. Oh, and Simon Pegg also makes an appearance here. So
I learned on the Morning Zoo today that the original comic featured a character that they modeled on Simon Pegg who says, we want a Simon Pegg looking guy in here. And so for the series, they got him.
Yeah. And Simon Pegg's like, well, I got nothing to do. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So The Boys on Amazon Prime Video, I will be getting to it because I'm very interested. I did get caught up the season finale of Nosferatu, which will be coming back for a second season. Spoiler.
Okay. We're warning you.
Zachary Quinto and that car are very connected.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Okay.
But also Vic and her motorcycle are also a bit connected. That's why she's hell-bent on getting it back when her mom sells it out from under her.
What?
Yeah.
Of course.
So there's, going back to the Stephen King, this is Joe Hill, son of Stephen King, going back to the Stephen King tradition of connecting people with vehicles.
Christine and
Maximum Overdrive.
Did he do that one?
I don't know.
I'm going to say it was like a novella or a short story.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's all involving books.
Don't throw your fucking details at me.
Yeah.
I don't need to know the facts. I just need to know what my approval ratings are. Oh, they're in the toilet? I don't need to know those facts either.
And that means the genius juice is working.
I do have some Days of Our Lives news.
Really? All right. I'm curious. Why?
First of all, Days of Our Lives still on. Locally in Salt Lake City, we've done this before, where we tell you that Days of Our Lives, the local NBC affiliate, doesn't show it during the daytime. They show it in the dead of night at 1 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
After what used to be Last Call with Carson Daly, which will now be we'll be covering who's going to be taking over for Last Call with Carson Daly.
We're highly suggesting us because we got nothing to do.
Well, they got someone younger and better looking, and who has a YouTube following.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what, younger and better looking? Fuck that. We're much better. YouTube following? Shit.
Yeah, she's got that YouTube following. So therefore, she got the show. Yeah, it's a she.
Oh, what's her name?
Lily Sign? Something like that.
All right.
She's new to me.
Okay.
But apparently she's very good.
Oh.
And she's a young woman of color, which will be a nice change of pace for, well, super late night. Mm-hmm. Late night following 25 white guys.
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to Arsenio, how does she...
What? I don't know. It's not going to be an Arsenio type show.
Okay, that's good.
No.
That's good for many reasons.
Anyway, Days of Our Lives airs here locally at 1 a.m., but this is from TV Insider. Days of Our Lives fans, if you've been missing fan favorites Chad and Abigail, you're in luck.
I mean, we get to see Chad and David?
Chad and Abigail.
Abigail?
Yeah. Looking at the picture, I recognize them because I've been up at that time in the morning.
Oh, okay.
And see, Days of Our Lives is on.
And you just went, it's not my hallucinations.
No,
Great.
And I see some of the characters who have been there for 40 years are still there.
Oh, God.
Anyway, I recognize these two. And they're getting the NBC soap opera is getting an original companion series, Days of Our Lives, the digital series.
What?
Very imaginative title there, NBC.
All right.
The first season premieres on Thursday, August 1. That's this week on the Days of Our Lives app. There's an app for Days of Our Lives.
God. Of course.
Fuck, there's an app for Days of Our Lives with an 8-episode arc, Chad and Abby in Paris.
Okay. What part of the episodes are they going to meet up with Dr. Drake Ramore?
He's still around, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he is, yeah. And Patch is still around, and Hope is still around.
Okay.
Bo, long gone.
When did he leave?
Fuck, I don't know.
Whatever.
To go on to that successful career doing other things. Go ahead, name something.
What?
Exactly.
More successful than us?
Yeah. Maybe he's got a podcast.
If he does and he's making money off it, motherfucker.
Actually, if you're out there and you're listening, you don't have a podcast, what the fuck is wrong with you? Any moron can do this, and most are.
We're living proof. We are living proof.
Get a podcast and start raking in those pennies. Come on. This is a gig economy, motherfuckers. Get on it. The first 3 episodes will be available immediately on Thursday, and the remaining 5 will be released weekly. The episodes will be available on the NBC app at NBC.com 1 week after the release on the Days of Our Lives app. Each episode will be approximately 6 to 10 minutes long, so we're like Adult Swim territory here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's about as long as the Squidbillies.
Oh, great segue.
But not as educational.
But great segue. That's coming back.
But apparently they're very popular in Days of Our Lives. So popular, we can spin them off to a micro platform.
Yeah.
And see if anybody grabs at it.
You got to get those new listeners there somehow. You got to get those Gen Zers or cord-cutting millennials somehow.
I'd be very surprised if that's who's watching this thing.
Who is?
Days of Our Lives been on since 1965.
Who is still watching soap operas that are not, old people waiting to die?
Some people are.
Okay. I want to hear from these people.
This shows that there is some sort of fucking audience here. Okay. And Squidbillies. When did I say? When did I retweet out that Squidbillies will be back? August 11th.
Let me check our feeds here
for season 20. What is it?
Let's see. I'm checking out right now because it did come from Adult Swim.
True.
Proper here.
So you know it's official.
Yep. Here it goes. Returns August 11th for season 12.
Fuck.
Yeehaw!
Now more than ever, we need Squidbillies.
You're the TV looky box with the wrestling.
We need Squidbillies now.
We don't need none of them dang there polls. We just needs ourselves some podcastings because we're dumb that way.
So, Kristen Milioti, do you remember her?
Not with that name, no.
Who eventually turned out to be the mother in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't
She
care.
also starred in the that Star Trek themed episode of Black Mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't care. So,
She's also done a couple of other sitcoms. It didn't quite take off. She's going to be starring in a new dark comedy for HBO Max, which is the Warner Media streaming service that will be coming either late this year or early next year.
okay. One of those two.
That's where Friends will go after they take it away from Netflix.
Yep. They're taking it away from you.
Let the gnashing and wailing begin.
You can't have nice things, you Netflixers.
The actress will lead Made for Love, an upcoming dark comedy at HBO Max based on Alyssa Nutting's 2017 novel Made for Love is described as a dark, absurd, and cynically poignant story of divorce and revenge. I'm in already.
Yeah.
Which illustrates how far someone will go for love and how much further others will go to destroy it. Oh, this sounds good. Milioti will star in the project as Hazel Green. Oh,
God.
what is this? A Marvel?
Seriously?
Yeah. If the same letters lined up, it'd be a Marvel name almost.
I
More of a DC name.
I'm
a woman
thinking-
who escapes her suffocating 10-year marriage to a sociopathic trending tech billionaire. Oh, here. Okay, all your shows have to have a tech billionaire.
These days,
Yeah, got to have a tech billionaire. But after she makes a run for it, Hazel discovers that her husband has already implanted a revolutionary monitoring device, the Made for Love, in her brain. The chip allows Byron unprecedented access to Hazel's brain as she flees her hometown to take refuge with her aging father. So this is some Black Mirror shit already.
And that tech billionaire was Erlich Bachman.
That's where he went.
Yeah. Yeah, after weeks in China, he realized I could fuck shit up as a tech billionaire.
Also, this will be showrunner Patrick Somerville from The Leftovers and a director from Jessica Jones and The Defenders directing and executive producing. So already, you got some good people here.
Yep.
So it'll be on HBO Max, and this sounds pretty fucking interesting.
You already had me at revenge and love. So, two of the things I'm kind of into these days.
So, really?
Oh, mostly I just need pointers.
Really?
Yeah.
You're seeking revenge?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, who
Who wronged you, or do you not want to tip them off?
Well, duh.
Who didn't wrong you?
Let's see. Well, the people that don't know about me, so that leaves the field wide open.
Alcohol never wronged me.
That's right.
Even though you've forsaken it for July.
I didn't forsake it. I just kind of put it on the shelf. There's a difference.
Really? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, everything. We don't have time. That's going to be covered into our next podcast coming up after the show. What the fuck is wrong with you, Tommy?
Okay.
Seriously? Are we actually going to make that?
Yeah, well, sure. We'll do that, as soon as we get around to our other
yeah.
other TV 10 networks shows.
Yeah, like Life Wreckers and what was the other one we were planning on doing?
The Goots Power Hour.
That's right.
Where he just eats burgers
Oh, God.
for an hour.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he's going to do that for a while.
Really? Is he off the burgers?
No, he participated in the Nathan's Hot Dog Challenge.
Well, I need to hear about that. How did that go?
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy Milagro, and I am the advocate for the eater incarnate, John Goots.
Oh, my Lord!
Was robbed. Robbed.
What? Oh.
In my opinion, he was robbed of his rightful place in the Nathan's Hot Dog Challenge for next year.
Motherfucker, what happened?
First of all, had a strong showing first time out, ate 10 hot dogs, But the problem
What was the time frame?
10 minutes.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. But keep this in mind, there were ringers involved that already have done the Nathan's Hot Dog Challenge. The one that ultimately won was a small guy. Think big head size.
Okay. So
He
Stewie?
yeah. He was kind of like a Stewie. 832 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Little guy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but of all the local people that participated, yeah, Goots was ahead of everybody. But as my client explained to me later, I feel as his advocate that this wrongdoing must be righted somehow.
Must be avenged.
It must be avenged. Hence my reasoning for enjoying revenge plots.
Okay.
Because you gotta have a hobby.
All right. You brought it all around.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Look at me. And that's being sober.
Look at you podcasting. See? Any moron can do this. If you don't have your own podcast by now, I don't know what to tell you.
Kill yourself. You're not that important.
I don't want to go that far.
Oh. Well, again, I'm all about talking revenge. So, see? I'm already learning stuff.
I hope you got some sports.
Oh, of course I do. If you want to hit the music.
It's sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team.
Wow, I'm the sports desk. Good Lord. We gotta work on the music bed there for a second there.
Yeah, you'd think it was pre-recorded and it just went perfectly every time.
Oh, I hate it when the needle skips that. No, that was the fast forward button. But from the sports desk, we delivered to you the sport of professional wrestling. Now, where should we start today? Oh, I know. Impact Wrestling. It's still a thing. And
Down on the Fish and Game Network.
with two notable announcements here. Number one, Tennille Dashwood, formerly Emma of WWE and formerly of Red Badge of Courage Wrestling, will be making her debut. She's now officially signed with Impact Wrestling. And keep in mind, this is a rumor. So there is talk that Impact Wrestling may be on a, wait for it, Big Boy channel.
Wait, are they moving again? Fuck.
Well, okay. We'll say Big-ish Boy channel, but it actually would be awesome if they were on there, specifically Access TV.
Oh,
So,
well, that's a real deal.
that
You-
is
you,
actually...
you can actually find that channel.
Yeah, once you wade past all the music and the nothing but trailers...
Nothing but trailers and Sammy Hagar hanging out with partying with Eddie Money. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that on there.
Now, here's the thing, though, because with Impact Wrestling, because Impact Wrestling's owned by Anthem, Anthem's been trying to work on,
Is that Canadian?
I don't know. Yeah, I want to say it's Canadian. It feels Canadian somehow. I'll have to look into that later. But
Just write that down. It just feels Canadian.
that's a good one right there. But in any case, Anthem's been trying to work on buying up Access TV, and they also own Impact Wrestling. So combine that with New Japan and currently Women of Wrestling
Shit.
on the Saturday Slam show, you could have yourselves a good time.
Okay, that could be a thing.
Yeah, but
Here I'd written off Impact. This could be a thing.
yeah. And again, it just feels Canadian.
Yeah.
Literally.
They're going to buy that from who owns Access TV? Mark Cuban? Is that his deal?
Mark Cuban, yeah. That's his baby right there.
So is he hurting for money?
Well,
So you need a little walking around money?
well, he needs a walking around Hunter Thou.
Okay.
Like you do.
All right.
You've seen the Shark Tank. He just needs that money somehow, man. And we move on to the world of AEW. So, a couple of stories, starting with, in case we haven't mentioned it over and over again, they are going to be on Wednesdays on TNT with the Wednesday Night Delight, and here's where it gets interesting
I
here.
thought it was Wednesday Night Dynamite.
Yeah, Wednesday Night Dynamite, thank you.
Wednesday Night Delight. That's something else entirely.
You
You get that on State Street.
on the corner of State and Main?
Yes.
Okay. Just right there, waiting to be happening there. not that we're advocating anything. We would never do that here on this podcast. Because it's sports.
I've derailed this.
Yeah, more so than usual, which I don't mind. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So 2 stories. CM Punk was supposedly offered a contract with AEW. But in the ESPN article, he was like, yeah, texting offers is really not the way to go. To which Cody Rhodes, who's the executive...
What do they just text and say, you up?
Pretty much.
Want a deal? Want to wrestle?
Which Cody Rhodes had to backtrack on Twitter and go, no, we had people reach out to you, but, it was mostly... And I'm certain we sent you something, but...
A text.
Yeah. But, this is one of those things. This is like one of the few missteps.
What does he want, a registered letter?
Yeah, or something that says, we guarantee you this money, and we'll just back it up in a truck. This is one of the few missteps by AEW that have been announced, as opposed to, WWE's lack of, what's the word? Oh, yeah, wrestling. So,
okay.
So that's something to watch out for. And, of course, Cody Rhodes says that Stephen Amell may possibly join up for AEW because they are friends. And Cody, the American Nightmare, Cody, has been on Arrow.
Okay.
Which, by the way, 8th and final season
coming up,
and we'll have to save up on Crisis on Infinite Earths in a minute here, but also Chris Jericho made some teases that his Rock and Rager at Sea, which is coming up in January.
Oh yeah, we're ready. We're ready to do remote.
We finally got that offer.
As far as you know, we'll be on the boat. Yeah, we got texted a contract.
And it may be broadcast on the ship.
Sure.
So, yeah, well, consider with the AEW...
as far as you know.
Mm-hmm. It could happen. It could definitely happen. And you could see us on the ship, folks.
Yeah, someone sent us a contract offer on WhatsApp.
Oh.
And, so we're seeing how serious it is.
He's joking, folks. It was not WhatsApp. It was Snapchat. Which, by the way...
And then it just disappeared. We could even read it.
I was mostly looking at the picture going... What is that? It looks pubic somehow. Yeah. Oh, and of course, the announcement of AEW, their ticket sales, which is going to broadcast live in Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. These are the prices for the tickets. They are $250, then $90, $75, $50, $35, and $20. And the 20,
so 20's in the parking lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to afford. But the 250 tickets will be within the first 3 rows of the ringside floor. Sections will include an AEW-designed commemorative collector's take-home chair. Perfect for smacking people on the head.
I hope it's a steel chair.
No, I think after the Cody Rhodes debacle, I think we may want to avoid steel chairs for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, Sam. And, you know what? All that stuff I talked about, AEW, far interesting. Then there's WWE. So, couple of things. So, they're going to have their SummerSlam, which will be on August 11th, which you can still watch on the WWE app for only $9.99.
Not a sponsor.
And who cares? Only announced... match is going to be Trish Stratus.
What?
Yeah.
What?
She is going to be facing Charlotte Flair.
All 4 feet of her?
5 feet. And,
okay.
She's facing Charlotte Flair. Why? Because it just feels Canadian.
Yeah, okay. Damn.
So, and I think finally, from the files of Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary again. From the news, TMZ Sports. Jimmy Uso, arrested for a DUI. This is his second time. Apparently, Uso was speeding when an officer got behind him and noticed he was driving erratically and swerving left and right. And when the cop pulled the wrestler over, he reeked of alcohol. And when the officer tried to administer DUI test on Uso, he refused because that goes over well. And therefore, he was arrested on DUI charge.
Was the phrase, "Don't you know who I am," uttered at any point?
I believe the phrase was, "Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary," to which the officer replied, "All right, let me introduce you to it." And again, this is Jimmy Uso. This is his second time getting hit with the DUI charge. So
And who's he affiliated with?
he's with WWE.
Oh, well, they can pay that off.
Yeah, they're part of the.
They got that Vince McMahon money.
But he's kind of harboring. He's kind of bordering on Jeff Hardy territory there. So all I gotta say is, Jimmy Uso, we don't want you to stay at the Uso Penitentiary, but maybe it's time to check out of it. Why? Because it's sports.
Man, sports. Tommy Blanco. Go team.
So much sports. Oh, and that the crowd was very lively there that time.
Fuck yeah, they're into it. Woo! Netflix.
Oh,
They picked up the fourth season of Lucifer. Then they announced that there will be a fifth and final season of Lucifer.
no!
But they've expanded it from 10 episodes to 16.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, why?
just because they love Lucifer over at Netflix.
Okay. And which religious group even cares about this anymore?
I haven't heard anything from any religious groups protesting Lucifer.
Remember when they were on Fox?
I remember it well. Before it even premiered, they
Yeah.
were just like, "You're glorifying Satan." I go,
Well, yeah, that's why we like it.
"Yeah, and duh, and shut up." Yeah,
In your best Archer voice?
yeah, which wasn't very good.
Oh, come on. It's more like, well, duh, and obviously, and shut up.
Yeah, so it's going to be next year, I believe, will be the premiere of the fifth and final season of Lucifer, and it will be 16 episodes, which is pretty cool.
That's all right.
Yeah, and I got to get around to finishing the current fifth season on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Because too many shows.
Too many shows!
Lucifer fell by the wayside.
And now...
I didn't mean to say, "Get behind me, Lucifer," but it happened.
That's all right. I got to jump on Netflix as well to catch up, not just on Jessica Jones, but also, let's see, next week it's going to be Glow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Glow's coming. All right.
Yeah. That's going to be my reason.
And now is the time of the program we tell the people what they should be watching harder this week.
Oh, so many things to watching harder, folks.
The aforementioned Lights Out with David Spade. Let's all check it out together and see if it's any good.
Really? Do we have to? We really have to?
Well, I will be checking it out to see if it's any good.
Oh, okay. So you're going to
Then
be...
I will report back.
You're my canary down in the mine shaft.
Yes.
Got it. All right.
Coming up on Tuesday, June 30th, the day this episode drops, Whitney Cummings has a new stand-up special.
Oh, she's back.
It's called Can I Touch It?
Okay.
Live from Washington, D.C.
Oh, perfect.
Have you ever seen any of her stand-up specials?
Years ago.
They're really fucking good.
Oh, yeah, and but then she stepped away to focus on TV. Most notably, Two Broke Girls. She did that, right?
Well, she did right around the same time she did her series Whitney, and then Two Broke Girls. They happened right around the same time.
Right.
Whitney lasted 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Two Broke Girls did 5 or 6. Mm-hmm. But it was like somewhere in there she did her first TV stand-up special.
Yeah, and in between that, Chris D'Elia.
Chris D'Elia, yeah, she foisted him upon the world.
It's all right. On it could be worse. It really could be worse.
Coming up on Wednesday, July 31st on IFC, Sherman's Showcase.
Sherman's Showcase?
Sherman's Showcase is a fictional character, Sherman McDaniels, who hosts a retrospective show about a Soul Train-like show.
What?
That goes back and looks at musical acts from the 60s and 70s into the 80s and their questionable music and wardrobe choices.
Wait a minute.
But the thing is, the show doesn't exist. It's a fictional Soul Train type show that this guy is doing. It's a very meta show.
Okay.
And could be funny.
This kind of feels like what's the show again? Cinema Insomnia with
Not quite.
It doesn't quite get to
Not
Mr.
quite,
Lobo
Not
level?
quite Mr. Lobo territory, no.
Okay.
So this is basically imagine like Don Cornelius
Oh, okay. Yeah.
doing a retrospective on Soul Train. Is like, and remember back in 1972 when we had the spinners on? But this show is a completely fabricated Soul Train type show where they go back and they look at these completely insane acts that they had on the show.
Does he have the bass in his voice like Don Cornelius?
Not quite. No one does.
Okay. So
There is only one Don Cornelius.
Yeah. So
I will not hear otherwise.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just
How
saying,
dare you?
Well, duh, and obviously I'm going to dare. But the guy that's doing Sherman, so his voice is like my level, because they know it's not going to be Don Cornelius's level.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
All right, okay. Show us what you got, folks.
Yeah. Coming up on Thursday, of course, the Finalized Zombie.
Oh yeah.
On Friday, August 2nd, the season 3 premiere of Dear White People.
Okay.
This is more for me than you.
What?
It doesn't say Dear Brown People.
Well, oh yeah, it is directed to you.
Yeah, definitely at me. And speaking of shows for white people, Dairy Girls season 2. Have you ever seen this?
No.
Very funny. It's set about in an Irish Catholic school. It's very Irish to the point where you need subtitles to fully understand what's going on.
Are nuns involved in this?
Oh yeah.
Okay, hard pass. Hard pass. Nope, I don't want to be triggered.
But also short Catholic schoolgirl skirts. Come on.
Yeah, this is gonna make me have some serious PTSD.
It's really funny. The first season was anyway. Also, the premiere of Robin Thede and the Black Lady Sketch Show.
Okay.
And we've talked about this one before, but we didn't mention that they're not fucking around with the title. This is a show completely created, written, and performed by black ladies.
Mm-hmm. Or is it more black women?
Black ladies, black women, whatever you want.
Well, it just kind of depends on the inflection we want to get, the amount of bass we want to get.
Again, don't try and blaxplain this.
That-
It's just going to backfire.
Yeah,
we're gonna get boycotted.
By Dr. White? Yeah, we don't want to lose him. You're right.
We can't lose our number one listener.
Yeah, we can't lose our number one NSFWer.
Yeah,
So.
and coming up on Sunday, August 4th.
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
This is it's bittersweet.
Okay.
The fourth and final season of Preacher.
No. Okay. But the fabulous hair, the voice of God.
Oh yeah.
The trigger happy assassin and Tulip, and
Dominic Cooper and Ruth Nega.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and let us not forget Cassidy. So, I'm in a bit of a shite here.
Yeah. Well, Fear the Walking Dead is over, so now, and also Nosferatu is over, so you got to have something on AMC on Sunday nights.
Bigger question: is this going to be the season that finally pisses off the religious right?
Oh, let's hope so.
They didn't say much the last couple of seasons. You notice that again?
We can finally get the religious ire up in the final season.
I hope so.
I think so.
I think maybe we should send an episode to the
wondering,
White House.
I've been wondering when we're going to get boycotted for our satanic content.
First of all, I don't believe too much in Satan. I just believe he hasn't done wrong by me. Second,
Satan's cool with you, is what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
You hear that, religious groups? You hear that, Parents Television Council? Tommy Milagro says Satan's cool by me.
No. You're saying it wrong. A brown person said Satan's all right by me.
Okay, that's bring the heat. Yeah.
It's called baiting.
Okay. And anything you want to recommend people watch?
Legion.
I'm gonna. Oh, God.
Legion is getting more and more
You're not
fucking weird.
You are not on the right drugs to be watching Legion. No one is.
But the last episode, they finally explained the whole title. I am Legion.
Yeah.
Oh, are you David? No, I'm Legion.
Yeah.
Finally got around to that fucking thing.
And I'm on your behalf. I'm going to guess recommending The Boys.
Oh yeah, hard. I am recommending Boys hard, along with Warrior. Warrior's a great show. You got to be watching fucking harder.
The Loudest Voice on Showtime. The downfall of Roger Ailes is starting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's starting the downward spiral now.
Oh, God.
The most recent episode was set around 2012 in the Obama versus Romney election. It's like, yeah, you're gonna have to lay off Romney now. He's our guy now. But yeah, but you said he was a Mormon piece of shit. I go, yeah, but he's our guy now, so just lay off Romney.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
And also Euphoria, I believe the season finale of that is coming up next weekend as well. And also, I'm still watching it. I still don't understand it, but I'm sticking with it. The Rook on Stars.
Are you watching or hate watching?
I'm not I'm just like, watching. Okay. I was like, I'm not really sure what's going on, but I'll stick with it.
Hash brown, watching?
Because, Olivia Munn. I'll give anything with Olivia Munn a chance.
Okay.
I'm the one guy who saw X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, you're the one.
I'm the one.
You're
like
that
a chump. Yeah.
Like a schmuck.
Yeah. Also, want to recommend the new season, the new 5th and final season of Killjoys over on the Sci-Fi Channel, and also don't forget Jet over on Cinemax.
Thank you.
Kind of easy to forget about Jet, lost in this summer pileup of TV shows.
Oh, Jet is just becoming more Jet-tastic.
Jet and Gus Fring.
Oh, Carla Gugino. My God,
That's right.
that is a queen.
Yep.
To worship.
And that's probably enough. There's probably some other shows we've forgotten about.
I think maybe there's one more I can just kind of shove in there somehow.
Phrasing.
Boom. Archer 1999. I think this is the last episode.
I think, this week is the season finale.
Yeah.
But we get another one.
Oh, what?
We talked about this last week.
Oh.
And you weren't drinking, so you should remember this. Archer has been picked up for an 11th season.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about another episode, and I was like,
No.
wait, what?
Another season.
Yeah, that I was happy with.
Next year, yeah.
And I can't wait for this. Already we're starting to see cracks in Archer's world there. Wait a minute. Woodhouse? Wait a minute. What? Are you here? Yes, sir. And didn't the guy that played Woodhouse die? So
Yes.
Okay, so they're Isaac Hazing this shit. Okay.
Chef from South Park for you playing along at home.
See, kids.
You know what else is ending this week?
Oh, there is one more.
There's another one ending this week.
Shove it in there.
Alien Highway.
Oh, yeah.
The show we keep recommending for no goddamn good reason whatsoever.
Because we can.
Because it's there, and you got these dumb fucks alien hunting across the country, and most recently they thought they found not a UFO, a USO.
What's the difference?
Underground, unidentified submerged object off the coast of California.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As opposed to the USO, the United States, or USO, as in the USO Penitentiary.
Yeah, really. Okay, Tommy Milagro, what does USO stand for when you go over to entertain the troops overseas?
Yeah, I've always tried to figure that one out.
What
does it mean?
Well, Bob Hope is dead. We can't ask him.
Maybe we can ask Robin Williams.
Fine.
Oh, wait.
God damn it.
We got to do this research because it's content for you folks. Because obviously baiting you guys on Lucifers and doing it.
United Service Organizations.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Really dumb.
It's not as cool as unidentified submerged object.
I like that better.
Yes.
I like that better.
And, that's good enough. So we want to thank Bohemian Brewery for the beers.
And, of course, let's also make sure to mention our other fun sponsors, Sugar House Distillery, Outlaw Distillery, Ogden's Own Distillery, and, of course, the thing that mixes them all together, our good friend Ivy at Booze Teak. So many great sponsors of this TV10 podcast.
And you should reach out to us and yell at us via Twitter, Facebook, and Gmail, all TV10 podcast, and rate us on the things.
That would be Spreaker, original. That would be iTunes, still, soon to be Apple Podcasts.
It already is now.
Is it already?
It's already made the switch.
Oh, okay. Then there's, what else is there?
Stitcher,
Yeah.
Spotify,
YouTube?
TuneIn, YouTube now.
Uh-huh. And I feel like there's one more in there.
Google Play.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we know, we're still around.
We're still on all of those.
And Stitcher hasn't fucked us over.
Not for a while, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, folks. Just rate us. Tell us what you like about us. Tell it to your friends. Tell them TV10 Podcast says, yo.
Nice twist.
Yeah.
We don't want to steal the other one.
What other one?
We'd see ourselves in court. And
I don't know what you're referring to.
We know they got a good lawyer.
Wait a minute. Is he our lawyer too?
Not
Conflict of interest. That's
maybe. Yeah.
We're getting too meta in here.
That's enough, people. Say goodnight, America.
Good night, America. Now jiggle that handle and do God's work because it's time to flush.
I like that editorial you did on Romney. I like that a lot.
Thanks.
But I think it's time to back off. You know, he's our guy now.
Our guy? You hate Romney. You called him a blow-dried Mormon cult leader.
Well, he is. He's our only chance of getting that Muslim out of the White House. So let's not make perfection the enemy of the good, Joe.